It's almost total.
Tiamat versus Jose is the first game we're going to see on the... Oh no, of course, Jose at the bottom right-hand side is just a close-up of the two players there, which of course involves Mayageka as well. And on the left-hand side, you can see Tiamat at the bottom left-hand side from France, and the other player there is, of course, F. Mestre from Brazil. So we are seconds away from kickoff, just waiting for that final go-ahead from the powers that be. And of course, Jeju United, PSG on the left, Arsenal versus Arsenal on the right. We will be potentially jumping between the two games as we go through it. If one of the games is slightly more exciting, Andy.
Yeah, no, it has to be done, and that's the power of our broadcast here in Barcelona. Arsenal, they're such a popular team, Arsenal, this year with PES 2018. And we're really looking forward to PES 2019. I'm sure there'll be a few changes in terms of who are the popular teams. It happens every year, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and there's been a few big names that have been licensed as well for 2019. Very excited to get underway with that game, of course. And actually, if you're watching, remember, I'm not sure whether Semra has mentioned so far, but there is some big prizes to be won for PES 2019 if you're listening out for 3 certain keywords that are going to be suggested throughout the day. And of course, you can go through to the website for up to 2 hours after the live stream and input those 3 keywords in order to win certain prizes of Legends in 2019 PES, and of course some coins in the mobile game as well. So certainly something to keep your eyes on throughout the day, and Semra, like I said, will be mentioning that as and when it is happening.
Yeah, so looking at the Jeju United team, Jovanovic is a player that many of you will know, and yeah, well, it's all about concentrating now, isn't it? Because this is where it starts.
This is the hardest bit for these guys now. The anticipation, the excitement, the adrenaline has got them to this stage so far, and now, as you can see, they're trying to stay as relaxed and focused as possible, but it's very, very difficult for that first game. They are the first on the live stream. And it could switch between the 2 games. They are the first 4 players of the tournament today, and yeah, it's probably the hardest 10 minutes of their day. Once it starts going, it free flows and rolls through, and they kind of get the buzz going. But yeah, this is certainly the hardest moment. Just a slight push of the glasses there, trying to make sure the focus is there for that first game.
I see what you did there. But yeah, it's crucial, isn't it?
A little pun there, yeah.
if you
I didn't even know I did that, so that's just all about
You're a machine, Adam.
There you go, machine of puns.
If you win, obviously, you can relax a little, not too much.
And that's the thing, and especially when you've only got 2 other games, you know that the first game is so crucial to get off the mark with 3 points. If you draw it, it puts pressure on. Certainly if you lose it, it becomes incredibly difficult, and that's why this first game is potentially the hardest. And of course, those watching for the co-ops as well that aren't part of the 1v1s, they've got a bit of time to relax and enjoy the game. And then obviously, as this draws to an end before the knockout stages, then the co-ops will begin, and they are straight into knockouts. There are no group stages. They know it's do or die before the end of the co-op tournament today.
F. Mestre is 26, from Brazil, Sao Paulo. Lovely place, a lovely part of the world, about a 6-hour drive from Rio, and he says his hobbies are playing PES, obviously, and travelling. He likes to travel. His favourite football team is Corinthians in Brazil, and Theo Meat, he is 24 and was born in the north of France, lives in La Capelle, a little town, a lovely little town up in the north. His team are Olympique Lyonnais, but I did mention earlier that his favourite player is N'Golo Conte. And can I just say now, as a Leicester fan, I concur. He is an absolute legend, N'Golo Conte.
Well, we've got Leicester, I'm a Chelsea fan, so of course we both have
We're going to get on, aren't we?
We certainly have a thing in common there. He was a bit of a man mountain for both of those 2 teams. Unfortunately, he won't be playing for his PSG side today. But yeah, it's certainly great to see players. I mean, like you said, he lives in La Capelle in the north of France, so slightly different, possibly a quieter experience there than obviously here in the big city of Barcelona. But yeah, it's going to be great to see how he deals with the day. He is Mr. Ice Cool. At every major tournament, if you have watched before, you will know that he is a man of the ice coolness in front of goal. He takes things very slow. He doesn't need to rush. There are certain players like SOFIA, possibly Henrykinho, who try and smash the barn door down from the start. But he certainly is a much more measured approach and a counter-attacking player for sure. Will he do that in this first game against F. Mestre? He actually beat F. Mestre in the final of one of the regionals by 4-0. If my memory serves me correct, it does. The Americas round. So if he can do the same here, he will be very, very happy. And we're underway, Andy.
We are indeed. And yeah, the possession at the moment is with Jeju United. So a big start for F. Mestre as he seeks to amend that defeat in the Americas round in the final. Cavani twisting and turning with that iconic long hair. Di Maria forced back a bit. So now with Verratti, Cavani again the intended target.
Yeah, so 5 minutes gone. It's been a cagey start so far. Sort of just trying to ease into the game and see how the other players are going to perform as the ball gets played over the top. And 6 minutes gone, we're still 0-0 out.
Yeah, so fairly even has the start been so far. Di Maria, dispossessed. Hwang for Jeju United. Oh, that was a lovely little touch. That is typical of Verratti. Di Maria's had a lot of possession so far, so has Cavani. Neymar, the first real touch for the Brazilian superstar, who will be staying at PSG for next season, he revealed the other day.
It's a big chance. Oh, good block in the end. It's been all the pressure, though, coming from the Frenchman so far, and F. Mestre just trying to stay with him in the early stages.
Neymar with the dink and the header from Mbappe! And it's first blood to Paris Saint-Germain and Theo Meat, who takes an early lead in this opener in Group A.
Certainly not the start that F. Mestre wanted after his 4-0 defeat, of course, to Tiamat in the Americas round. And like you said, lovely link-up play between the Brazilian Neymar and the Frenchman Mbappe. And of course, a star of the World Cup, wasn't he? And he's certainly got his shooting boots on today. A lovely little dinked header, and it is 1-0 to the Frenchman.
Yeah, terrific stuff from PSG. I think that goal was made by the touch of Neymar, to be honest with you. Yes, it was a good header, but it was only a couple of yards out from goal. And the delivery, absolutely precision stuff from
just hearing from one of the other games that we have another goal in that game as well, as you can see on the split screen now.
Arsenal have scored.
Yeah, helpful. We're just looking for confirmation, but I believe it's Mayageka who has that goal. So a good lead there against Jose. Clarification will, of course, come in, but looking at the two faces, you'd certainly think that anyway. A bit despondent looking, the Spaniard Jose there, as we just get a few instant replays. So 1 goal apiece, and the tournament is off to a flyer, Andy.
Mbappe. Into the middle to Verratti. PSG looking to extend their lead, and that would be a great cushion in this first half. Verratti. Now Cavani, but dispossessed. Jeju United would love to respond before the break.
Some lovely ball over the top, and he's onside here. The goalkeeper didn't come, and it's a good bit of defending in the end from PSG. Certainly just wants to stay with him at the moment, F. Mestre. After the Americas round defeat, he doesn't want to concede a second, like you mentioned. Halfway through the first half, just the 1 goal between the two teams so far.
Yeah, F. Mestre will be thinking about that defeat.
He has to. It's got to be playing on his mind as much as you try and put it out of your mind. It's got to be there, a little devil in your ear. Attack breaks down there. Group A first match is just 1-0, and so is the second game in the group as well.
Hwang, who's had a bit of possession on the left side. Chung.
This is certainly something that you'll notice as Tiamat, if he can go through the tournament. If he scores early, he's incredibly difficult to break down. The best thing to do is try and keep him at an arm's length as long as possible. As soon as you concede that first goal, he then just sucks the life out of the game and tries to hit you on the counter, and he's a very, very difficult opponent to play against for sure, and that's the task is in front of FMS from Brazil.
Meunier to Verratti. Verratti has been pulling the strings in the centre in this opening half an hour. Obviously we're a bit quicker than half an hour, but you get what I'm saying.
Game time.
Jean. That's a good cross, it's an inviting cross, and what an interception from Di Maria,
yeah,
I think.
It was the first real chance of the match for Jeju United, and like you said, brilliant header from the defender there, but still the pressure comes on and hacked away by the centre-back forward towards Neymar, and a chance to relieve some of that pressure that was just beginning to build, Andy.
Yeah, this front three is a formidable front three, and as you say, all the stats are the same, but Cavani's got the height, and then playing behind the controller is Theo Meat, so that effectively makes them a strong front three, as they are in real life.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There's an opportunity. Di Maria's running into the box late. Cavani beaten in the air, that doesn't happen much. Hwang to Chung. Hwang again, and there's been another goal in the other match, and it's 1-1, it's all square.
Wow, we are off to a flyer, like we said. And it's Arsenal who've got that goal as well.
The young lad Nelson. Still
there's a chance.
Chance. Another equaliser. What about that? Jeju United through Kim have also equalised, so it's all square in both matches. What an opening 40 minutes in Group A of this year's World Finals in Barcelona.
And this is why they are the best 8 players in the world of PES 2018. There is nothing to choose between them as we approach half-time in this first group. 1-1 apiece in both of the games. And what a goal this was. A lovely ball across when it did finally come in. And the first time volley, the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. And that's surely the pick of the goals so far we've seen today.
Yeah, just beating the offside trap as well. That was a great late run.
Really important goal that for FMS, especially to douse some of the demons that might be plaguing him from the Americas round.
It only needed to be kissed in, really, a light touch.
I like that.
To wallop
just a little
that.
kiss it.
I wonder what he's thinking right now.
Just before half-time as well, not a time to concede, and quite a rare sight to see Tiamat actually concede at that sort of dangerous time just on half-time, because that can completely sway a match, and usually he shuts up shop going into half-time and maintains that lead and builds on it in the second half, and now the wind is well and truly in the sails of the Brazilian.
Mendy looking to release Hwang, but PSG have possession again. And it is half-time, 1-1. What a start. And I'm pleased, actually, because I think this is great. It builds up the tension, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And as you saw from the stats there, 61% Tiamat. So he certainly bossed possession, but of course he was 1-0 up. You would expect that. But then he did concede, and this might now blow this game wide open, as we're getting clips here of the other game, as we've gone back to, that is just approaching half-time as well. And that was a real chance.
Yeah, so Mayageka and Jose SG are locked in a 1-1 draw with not long left to go until the break. As you can see, we're almost into the 45th minute. Good defending from one of the Arsenal teams, and that is now half-time as well. So 4 goals, 2 in each match and 1 for each player. We are locked in a really tense couple of battles as we see Cavani.
There's a stooping header from Cavani there, using that height like you mentioned for Tiamat. Of course, we are underway straight away in the second half, and it's a chance here for PSG. It's into Cavani again, and a slight bit of lag, and or are we just getting an instant replay?
Yeah, I think we were getting a replay, so PSG...
No, it's actually gone through. It is a goal for PSG, and it's a goal there, and what a start to the second half for Tiamat.
Kim keeping the ball well, but not really going anywhere, to be truthful. Hwang going long towards Mendy, and it's no problem for the PSG goalkeeper Ariola.
Just showing his class there, Tiamat. Of course, conceding so late in that first half, you'd think that he might, be under a bit of pressure. Comes out the second half and just smash 2-1 back in front. And that's a sign of one of the best players in the world currently on the tour.
And we saw there a sign of how close this is, the possession stats, 49-51%. Thiago Silva.
Another goal in the other game as well. We might have to go to that shortly. I think that is Mayageka again back in front, so that game is 2-1 as well, I think.
They're just following each other, aren't they, these four players?
There's been another goal in the other game. We haven't even got the time to go through the goals that we're seeing on the screen.
It's 2-2. It's now 2-2. And Mendy, I think, has the goal for Jeju United and for F. Mestre. We'll see a replay in a few moments' time.
Certainly this is building for an amazing day of PES 2018. We have 2-1 and 2-2 in the first two games, and we still have half an hour to play in both, and it's almost a carbon copy of the first. There's the first cliche of the day. It's almost exactly the same as the first goal he scored. It seems to be a weakness possibly he may have been working on after watching some of Tiamit's play in recent months.
Yeah, taking out two defenders with the delivery, and Mendy, the powerful, tall player, the man to find the back of the net.
Yeah, we certainly saw that in the last regional finals in Berlin, that the little ball over the top from just outside the penalty area was causing all sorts of problems, and the headed goals were raining in. So, and there's another chance here. It's almost another goal that's very, very similar, and what a save that was down to his left-hand side, Andy.
So could we see this as a theme then, do you think, here in Barcelona today? That through the middle ball, slightly elevated, and then you nip in.
Yeah, they certainly know how to find every bit of danger. They've been obviously playing this all season long, and they know exactly what works. And obviously, they also know how to defend those situations, but obviously every situation is different, and it becomes very difficult to constantly shut up shop from those chances. So yeah, certainly think that, and also the near post headers seem to be something that they were using quite a lot as well.
Well, with it being one-on-one play, obviously you can only control one of those centre halves at one time very quickly. So you have to make a choice, don't you?
Absolutely.
Which centre half goes to the attack?
Absolutely, and that's why the tactics are slightly different between the 1v1s and the co-ops, and the viewers at home will see that as we go through the day. Because you can control more of the players, there are slightly different ways of actually causing attacks and how having to defend as well. You've always got a player extra to follow that run as well.
Neymar, the golden boy. Cavani, again, not too comfortable in the air. We've seen that on a few occasions, haven't we, actually? Cavani's not been winning every aerial battle, and we have a pause at this moment. It's worth reminding you, if you're watching for the first time, you can only have 3 pauses per match, and the ball has to be out of play. Yeah,
some gentlemen's rules as we just get a split screen. A chance on that one. Still Mayageka leads by 2-1. 3 points in the bag at this moment in time, but still 20 minutes to play there. And as I mentioned before the game started, this is now the 60-70 minute mark when these changes, we're deadlocked at 2-2. This could cause the moment, the flip in the match where one of them can actually get that winning goal.
Yeah, so there is not long left for Mayageka to hang on, playing with one of the Arsenal sides. It'd be devastating, wouldn't it, if you're leading in this first match of finals day and you concede in the last few seconds.
And it can and often does happen. That is why these players will tell you themselves from first-hand experience, concentration at this level is so crucial, especially when you tick into that final 10 minutes, because it certainly is make or break.
I think it's great as well to see a team like Jeju United being played with. It really gives some lesser sides some prominence, doesn't it?
That sense of global feel as well, that something we talk about a lot here on the PES World Tour, the community. It is nice to see the influences from all around the globe, and as well, you've got to remember Mayageka and SOFIA from the Asia region, from Japan. Of course, SOFIA was one of the favourites, as we mentioned at the start. So joining ranks with Europe and the Americas as well. Can they be the first to do it for that region?
Quick drinks break for Mayageka.
There's a drinks break because there's been a goal in that game again, and it's a 3-goal-to-1 lead now, I think Mayageka has, and surely 3 points in the bag for that man there on the bottom right of the screen.
He's cool and calm and relaxed now. Is that Aubameyang? I think
certainly is. There's a chance here. It's headed down towards. Great save by the goalkeeper. Cavani's turned it home, and it's a 3rd goal for Tiamit. And right towards the end, as we mentioned, concentration is key, and it dropped to him inside the 6-yard box, and he was quickest to respond, and that might be the winning goal.
Yeah, absolutely. What a start for Tiomit with Cavani. The ball comes in, and it wasn't about the height, it was all about the footwork on this occasion.
The goalkeeper's got to feel unlucky, hasn't he? Did such a good job making that save at the start.
Is that Draxler off the bench as well with the corner kick?
Might well have done, that's what we mentioned. Those changes that can cause all the difference, and there is Cavani, top left of your screen. And now it's all to do for the Brazilian F. Mestre, and it looks like Jose on your bottom right will be heading to a first game defeat for the Spanish region.
Yeah, in that other match, the Arsenal
on home
battle.
soil.
Yeah, yeah. There have been a few changes just late on for Jose SG. He's brought on Lacazette and Iwobi just to try and get a goal back, but you'd have to say 2 goals in the last few seconds will be pretty much impossible against Mayageka. And we have a few changes now.
Yeah, 1 goal for Jeju United, though, obviously in this game, which he's trying to get from these changes, and of course Tiomit on the other side of your screen for PSG is trying to make sure that now doesn't happen. He's sort of seen what he's done, and he's tried to respond to that, which you'll see going through the day. Very important next 10 minutes or so for both of these 2 players. A draw is a big result against Tiomit, you'd have to say, like you said, one of the favourites going through, but it's a chance here for that equalising goal.
Oh, that is a big, big opportunity, and he probably won't get another one against Tiomit F. Mestre. It wasn't taken.
It was such a huge chance.
Here we go, it's that ball again, and it's done! It's in the back of the net this time, 3-all, and what a moment. Hooked in by Wook Jin.
It's a lovely, lovely finish again. And it's exactly what you said. It seems to be working time and time again. Is this the chink in Tiomit's armour that we are seeing live on the main screen? We've yet to see him struggle so much in one game. I don't think I've ever seen him concede 3 goals. I may be corrected by the stats man, but certainly he's usually pretty good defensively, and he's conceded 3 today. Luckily, he's got 3 the other end, but it's the same goal. It's the same goal, the chip-through ball over the top from the edge of the area, and it's plagued him all afternoon, and it's something that he is going to have to rectify, because other players that are watching from the stands as well, that might play him later on in the tournament, they will utilise that as well, surely.
Yeah, and it's not too high that it's an aerial battle. It's got enough height that it causes confusion between those 2 central defenders, but it's at a good level to just hook it in. And all 3 goals have come, haven't they, from that move from F. Mestre, who lost 4-0, as you said, in the final of the Americas round to Tiomit. He'll be delighted. Even if this does just end in a draw for him, he'll be very happy with this, I'm sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So final changes now as we go into the final 5 minutes here. The other game, I believe, is there or there, but yeah, it has finished, and it has finished 3-1 to Mayageka. Of course, Jose from Spain with his first defeat of the tournament here. Another man from Spain, Alex Alguacil, will be playing a bit later today as one of the other players who is on home soil here in Barcelona, and we've got another goal, Mandy. What a finish!
What a finish! Cavani once again on target right at the end with 5 minutes to go. A hat-trick for the Uruguayan. And, well, I'm not going to call it. I'm not going to say victory wrapped up, because it might not be.
It's an absolute barnstormer of a first game here at the PES World Finals in Barcelona. And it's Tiomit who takes the lead for the 4th time in the match. Can F. Mestre just summon up enough energy to get a 4th equalising goal to take this game to 4-4? I mean, you just can't write it in the first game, Andy.
He must have thought it was wrapped up, Tiomit, because
look at F. Mestre's face. He knows how frustrating must that be for the Brazilian.
But when it was 3-2, he was bringing on Las Diarra just to sit back and just marshal it in midfield and keep it going. We'll take that 3-2, and now, well, it's ended up being a case of another 2 goals. What an opening game in Group A.
Absolutely. 1-0 to Tiomit, 1-1, 2-1 to Tiomit, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3. We get there in the end. Is that going to be enough? We still have 5 minutes to play. You cannot write off the man from Brazil, and it's in again, headed away. Can he do it? Can he shut up shop now, Andy?
Well, Kim was looking to provide another opening in the middle of the 2 centre halves, which has been the weak spot in this match for Tiomit.
The hook by Sung Wook, that's what they're looking for. See what I did there? As the ball gets played in. Because they have, of course, scored 3 goals from that same chip-through ball and hook into the top corner.
This is a big moment now. Juan.
It's do or die for F. Mestre, and it's into the danger area. He's got another chance here.
And Magno Cruz, one of the Brazilians,
do
it,
again,
and it's headed in!
He's done it again!
What about this? 4 times F. Mestre has managed to equalise against the probable favourite from Group A.
Let's get that trending on Twitter. The hook from Sung Wook. I mean, unbelievable scenes here at the PES World Finals in Barcelona, and Tiamat has seen his side concede a 4th equalising goal, and that surely has to be wrapped up now.
Don't say it.
I
Do
can't.
not say it. But Sung Wook Jin is a very, very superb player when it comes to getting equalisers. Here's the replay again, and it's similar, not quite the same, but
not quite the hook actually. It was a header this time,
but it's the same principle, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's something like we said that will be sending shockwaves through the camp. They will be looking at this, the other players, and knowing that that is certainly a possible weakness from the Frenchman. He doesn't seem to be able to handle that little chip-through ball, and certainly it's something that they may utilise going through the tournament. If they face him, we are 92nd minute now, Andy. Is that it? Surely.
Yeah, I'm going to call it because we've got literally seconds to go, and
he's got another chance.
Surely all over. Pastore, one of the subs for PSG.
Surely not. Surely not. Do or die. Last chance saloon. Can we get a winner from the Frenchman? No, it's broken down.
And it's all over. 4-4. What a belting first match. Terrific stuff from both players. Obviously, Tiamat took